One of us is next. Friday, March 6th. Reporter. Good evening. This is Liz Rosen with Channel 7 News, bringing you an update on our top story, the untimely death of yet another student at Bayview High. I'm here with Sona Gupta, principal of Bayview High, for the administration's reaction. Principal Gupta. A point of clarification, if I may. This particular tragedy did not happen at Bayview High, on the school grounds, that is. Reporter. I don't believe that's what I said. Principal Gupta. It seemed implied. We are, of course, devastated at the loss of a cherished member of our tight-knit community and committed to supporting other students in their time of need. We have many resources available for them to help process their shock and grief. Reported. Bayview High is a school that became infamous nationwide. Its corrosive culture of gossip. Are you concerned that, Principal Gupta? Excuse me. We're veering onto a topic that's unrelated to the subject at hand, not to mention quite unnecessary. Bayview High is a different school today than it was 18 months ago. Our zero-tolerance policy toward gossip and bullying has proven highly effective. We were even profiled in the Education Today magazine last summer. Reporter, I'm not familiar with that. Principal Gupta, it's highly regarded. Chapter 9, Knox, Monday, March 2nd. It's a reflex to check my phone, even at work, but there's nothing new from unknown on Monday. Last texts were from Friday night. There, kids a member of the Bayview 4. Status achieved by Jules Crandall. Congratulations, Jules. Nice work. Accompanied by a picture of Jules on Nate's lap, kissing him as though her life depended on staying attached to his face. Next player will be contacted soon. TikTok. I'm kind of glad I had rehearsal and couldn't make it to Cafe Congo on Friday. Maeve said the night went downhill after Jules interrupted dinner. Plus, the whole restaurant turned into such a mob scene that they ran out of food and Cooper had to leave through the back entrance. In this particular instance, the contributing cause is false confession, Sandy said beside me. We're sharing a desk today until proven, and he's been on the phone non-stop since I arrived. He holds a pen in one hand, tapping it rhythmically on the desk while he talks. So I don't see that it applies. What? No? Homicide related. He waits a few beats, pen tapping. I can't confirm that yet. I'll call you back when I can. Alright. He hangs up. Until proven still has desk phones. Big clunky things with actual cords plugged into the wall. Knox, can you order some pizza? Sandeep says, rolling his shoulders. I'm starving. Sure. I pick up my iPhone because I don't even know. Sure, I pick up my iPhone because I don't even know how to work the desk ones. Then I put it back down when Eli materializes in front of us. He looks different, but I can't figure out why until Sandeep speaks up. You got your hair, he says. Eli shrugs as Sandeep leans back in his chair and spins in a semicircle with his fingers steepling beneath his chin. What's up? Never cut your hair. I assure you that I do, Eli says, pushing his glasses up on his nose. He looks a lot less like Einstein now. Do you have the Henson file? Is this a wedding thing? Sandeep asked. Did Ashton make you? Eli rubs his temples like he's trying to draw out some patience. Ashton and I don't make one another do anything. Do you have a Henson file or not? Sandeep says. Sandeep starts swifting through the piles on his desk. Probably it's somewhere. What do you need? The name of the convicting DA. I have it, I say. They both turn towards me. Not the file, but the name. I made a spreadsheet. Hang on. I pull up Google Docs and tell my laptop towards Eli. It has all the basic background information on the D'Angelo convictions. Name, dates, addresses, lawyers, things like that. I noticed you kept asking for that stuff, so... I trail off as a crease appears on Eli's forehead. I was not supposed to do this. Maybe? It's all publicly visible information, so I didn't think I was doing anything wrong by putting it onto one document. Eli's gaze roves across my screen. This is great. Can you share with me, please? Yeah, of course, I say. He meets my eyes. What's your name again? Knox Myers. I smile a little too widely. Happy to be noticed for once. Thanks, Knox, Eli says sincerely. You save me a lot of time. Eli! Somebody yells from across the room. Judge Balletta on the line for you. Eli takes off without another word as Sandy punches me lightly in the arm. Look at you, getting praise from a big man. Nice job, kid, he says. Don't let it go to your head, though. I still want that pizza. And could you sort the mail? I order a few extra large pizzas for the office and grab a stack of envelopes from the tray sitting. Jesus. I order a few extra large pizzas for the office and grab a stack of envelopes from the tray next to the front door and bring them up to my chair. Some of it's registered, and I'm not supposed to open that, so I put those aside for Sandeep. A lot of it's bills, and those go to another pile. Then I sort through what's left. Mostly requests for Until Proven to take on a particular case. It's surprising how many people write letters instead of emailing, but I guess open to stand out. Until Proven gets way more pleas for help than it could ever handle, even if it tripled its staff. I pick up a letter-sized envelope with Eli's name scrawled across the front. I tear it open and there's a single sheet of paper inside. I pull it out and read the few short sentences. You messed with the wrong people, shithead. I'm going to fuck you like you fucked us. I don't enjoy watching you die. I recoil like somebody punched me. Sandeep, I croak. He looks up from his laptop with a quizzical expression, and I shove the hair towards him. Look at this. Sandeep takes a letter and reads. He doesn't look nearly as shocked as I expected. Oh yeah, we get these sometimes. I'll log it in the death threats file. The what? I can't help the horn in my voice. There's a whole file? Death threats come in during every big case, he says, matter-of-factly. Disgruntled assholes bowling off Steve for the most part, but we need to document everything. He scans the sheet of paper again before folding it and putting it back into the envelope. At least this one doesn't contain a hate speech. Eli gets a lot of anti-Jewish rhetoric. Let's go in a special file. Jesus, I say weakly. My pulse is racing, unfortunately. Uncomfortably fast. I know Until Proven lawyers had to deal with a lot of crap, but never imagined anything like this. Sandy passed my shoulder. Sorry, Knox. I don't mean to be blessy. I know these are disconcerting, especially the first time you see one. It's par for the course in this line of work, though. It's par for the course in this line of work, though, and we have procedures in place to deal with it. His brow knits in concern as he takes in my clammy, probably pale ghost face. Are you feeling unsafe? Do you want to go home? No, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I swallow, watching Eli through a conference room window as he gestures animatedly. But Eli is used to it, Sandeep says gently. He chose his final work and is not afraid of people like this. Disgust settles over his features as he tosses the envelope onto the desk in front of us. The cowardly, hiding behind a screen to threaten and intimidate people instead of doing something meaningful to improve their situation. I guess my phone's full of gloating texts from unknown. Yeah, I know what you mean. I plan on going straight home after work, but when 5 o'clock rolls around and I'm still rattled out of sorts. But 5 o'clock rolls around and I'm still rattled and out of sorts. Where are you? I text Mav as I walk towards the elevator, holding my breath to avoid the pungent aroma of the man's hair club. She answers right away. Cafe Congo. Want some company? Always. There's a bus sitting in traffic a few yards ahead of me, and I jog to make it to the stop as it pulls up. My phone is still in my hand as I board, and it buzzes when I sit next to an old woman with tight gray curls. She beams at me as I dig out my earphones and plug them into my phone, giving her a polite smile before I stuff the buds in my ears. Not today, Florence. Imagine Dragon's Blast where I read text from Kristen. Download this. New messaging apps for family chats. I follow the link for something called Chat App. The icon in the text bubble started by a lock. Never heard of it. I text back. What's wrong with the 10 apps I already have? Kristen sends a shrug emoji. I don't know. Kelsey wants it. Syncs easier with her laptop or something. Our middle sister is a technology dinosaur who prefers messaging via computer instead of phone. Better privacy too. Oh, good. Wouldn't want Katie's top secret wedding details to leak. Ha ha. Did Wings will fix the chicken yet? Yes, it's fully a chicken once more, with a leprechaun hat in anticipation of St. Patrick's Day. Kristen replies with 6 laughing emojis and a couple of shamrocks. I finished downloading a new app, and once I sign up, I see 4 invitations waiting for me from Kristen, Katie, Kelsey, and Cara. I'm not ready for the sisterly deluge, though, and exit the app without accepting any of them. It's practically my stop anyway, so I get up and make my way to the doors, hanging onto a pole for balance as we roll towards the sidewalk. Cafe Congo is just a block away from the bus stop. When I get inside, Maeve is at her usual clinical table with a cup of coffee in front of her and her phone on one hand. I pull out my earbuds and take a seat across from her. What's up? She leaves her phone on the table and vibrates twice. Not much. How was work? I don't want to get into the death threats just yet. I'd rather not think about them. I gesture to her phone, which vibrates again. Do you get that? No, she's just borrowing sending pictures from some place she's watching. The set's really great, apparently. Is she into that kind of thing? She thinks I am because I didn't play once. Maeve shakes her head in amused exasperation. She and my mom are exactly alike. Anytime I show the slightest interest in something, they hope it's my new life passion. A waiter comes by, a tall, thin college student named Mohammed. I order a Sprite, and I wait until he walks away to ask, how's Mama doing after that whole mess on Friday? Did she and Nate break up again? I'm not sure you can break up if you never officially got back together, Maeve says, resting her chin on her hand with a sigh. Mom was not talking about it. Well, she talked about it at length on Saturday, but now she's back at Yale. She told the clams about Nate. I swear to God that place short circuits all her emotions or something. She takes a sip of coffee and makes a wry face. She thinks Nate was into it. The kiss from Jules, I mean, which wasn't my real situation at all, but Brahma won't listen. Did you tell her it's part of the game? I tried. It bites her lip. I didn't want to go into too much detail because she'd freak if she knew there was even a slight finishing assignment, and she's already so upset about Nate and that stupid picture Monica took with all over social media this weekend, which reminds me, I've been meaning to show you something. Nate swipes on her phone a few times and holds out to me. I found this the other day. You remember that revenge form Simon used to post on? I nod. Well, this is a new version, except now the posts disappear after a few hours. What? My brow shoots up and I take her phone. How do you know that? I found it when I was searching Simon's little username last week. There was a post a while back that mentioned baby and something about a game. She drums her fingers restlessly on the table. Can't remember exactly what it said. I wish I'd taken a screenshot, but I didn't know then that the post disappeared. I scanned a handful of posts on the page. Somebody named Jellyfish is seriously pissed at his teacher. Okay, so you think what exactly? That Jellyfish is the person running the Truth or Dare game? Not him specifically, Faye says. That guy seems to have a one-track mind, but maybe the other posters involved. It's weird, don't you think? But the texting game starts by referencing Simon, and then this revenge form pops up and does the same thing? I guess, I say uncertainly. Seems sort of tremendous, but then again, May knows a lot more about tracking vengeful gossips than I do. I should head up a monitoring service or something, like ping me, she says thoughtfully. My puzzled expression, she adds, I told that don't faster when a website updates. It's faster than Google Alert. Then I can keep track of these disappearing conversations. Her eyes get a faraway look, even though I think she's getting way too obsessed over a random internet post. I can tell she won't listen if I tell her, so instead I hand back her phone without comment. When she takes it, her sleeve pulls up on her arm, exposing an angry-looking purple bruise. Ouch. How'd you get that? I ask. What? Then follows my eyes and I hear her breath catch. She pales and goes so still that she looks like a statue. Then pushes her sleeve down as far as she can go until the bruise is completely covered. I don't know, just banged on something, I guess. You guess? Her eyes are on the floor, and unease stirs in my gut. When? I don't remember, she says. I run my tongue over my dry lips. Maeve? Did somebody do that to you? Maeve's head snaps up and she lets out a startled, humorous laugh. What? Oh my god, Knox, no, I promise. Nothing like that happened. She looks me straight in the eye and I relax a little. If there's one thing I've learned about Maeve, it's that she's incapable of maintaining eye contact when she's telling even the widest of lies. You should never, for example, ask what you think in your haircut if you're not fully prepared to handle the truth. I learned that the hard way when I decided to go a little shorter last week. Okay, so I paused because I can't remember what we were talking about, and Maeve's gaze wanders over my shoulder. She waves, and I turn around and see a thin boy with strawberry blonde hair and glasses hovering a few feet away from us. Hi, Owen, Maeve calls. Phoebe's not working today. I know, I'm picking up takeout. Maeve lowers her voice as Owen approaches the countertop. That's Phoebe's little brother. He comes here a lot after school, even when he's not in the food, just hang out and talk with Phoebe or Mr. Santos when they're not busy. I think he's kind of lonely. Somehow this whole texting game has turned Maeve and Phoebe into friends, which is the only silver lining so far. Maeve's been kind of lost since Brown graduated, and Phoebe could use somebody on her side. Slut-shaming crap about her still flying around school, and her friend Jules eats lunch with Monica Hill's clique now. I guess Jules found her own silver lining. Social climbing will be a truth or dare success. Mr. Santos appears from the back and hands Owen a large brown paper bag and waves away the bill Owen tries to give him. Owen tries to give him. No, Mihal, put that away, he says. Your money's no good here. How's school? Phoebe tells me you have a big spelling bee coming up. Owen starts talking a mile a minute, but I'm not really paying attention because I'm still thinking about the relieved look on his face when he puts the money away. My mom was an insurance adjuster on Mr. Watson's workers' comp settlement after he died. I remember her telling my dad, when she didn't know I was listening, that she thought the company's payout for the accident was a lot less than it should have been. I don't think Melissa Lawton realizes how quickly that money will go when nothing's coming in, she said. When Owen finally turns away from the counter, he has a big smile on his face. He needed that. I think. Some kind of dad figure or big brother, maybe. I get it. I know what it's like to grow up surrounded by older sisters who might be great, but can't tell how you're supposed to function as a guy in the 21st century. When Owen passes by our table, I find myself saying, "Hey, do you like Dino Wars?" Owen pauses and gestures to his cheeser with his free hand. Yeah. Me too. I'm Ox, by the way. I go to school with Phoebe. Maeve nods and smiles like she's confirming my trustworthiness. Who's your avatar? I ask. Owen looks a little cautious, but answers me readily enough. Drax Reaper. Mine too. What level are you on? 15. Damn, really? I can't get past 12. Owen's entire face lights up. It's all about weapon choice, he says earnestly, and then bam, he's off. The two of us talk about our strategy until I notice the bag he's holding is starting to soak through with grease from whatever's inside. You should probably get that home, huh? I say. People must be waiting for dinner. I guess. Owen shifts from one foot to the other. Are you and Phoebe friends? Good question. Not exactly, although now that Phoebe is spending more time with Maeve at school, she's also by default spending more time with me in the snake pit that Bayview High has turned into lately. That's probably close enough. Yeah, sure. You should come over and play Bounty Wars with us sometime. I'll tell Phoebe to invite you. See ya. Owen waves as he turns away. Maeve, who's been scrolling through her phone the whole time, nudges my knees with hers. That was really nice, she says. Stop calling me that, I grumble. And she smiles. A tall kid with shaggy brown hair comes to the door, holding it open for Owen to slip out under his arm. He scans the room, eyes flipping past me and Maeve without much interest, and pausing on our waitress, arranging condiment baskets in the back. He looks like he's only a year or two older than I am, but there's something a little too intense about his gaze. Mr. Santos counting receipts at the register. He glances up and he seems to notice it too. Good evening, he calls. The guy crosses half the dining room with his eyes on the waitress's back. She turns displaying a middle-aged face that doesn't match her bouncy ponytail. The intense guy shifts his attention to Mr. Santos. Yo, Phoebe here? His voice is too loud for the small space. Mr. Santos leaves on the counter, arms folded. I can help you with whatever you need, son. He says, no meat-hole for this kid. I'm looking for Phoebe. She works here, right? Mr. Santos doesn't answer right away. The guy's jaw gets tense. He shoves his hand into a pocket of his green hunting jacket. You understand English or what, senor? He asks in a mocking Spanish accent. Maeve sucks in a sharp breath between her teeth, but Mr. Santos' pleasant expression doesn't change. I understand you perfectly. Then answer my question, the kid says. If you have a food order, I'm happy to take it, Mr. Santos says in the same even tone. Look, old man. The kid strides forward and stops short when Louis and Manny emerge from the kitchen, one after the other. Louis pulls his towel from his shoulder and snaps it hard between his hands, making every muscle in his arm stand out. It's probably the wrong time to wish I had another guy's move, but damn, Louis is smooth. Somehow I managed to come across like Captain America while wearing a grease-stained t-shirt and a bandana. Meg notices too. She's practically fanning her thumb across the table. Manny's not as athletic as his brother, but he is big and burly and plenty intimidating. When he crosses his arms and scowls like he's doing now. I need you in the kitchen, Pa, he says, his eyes locked on Tense Guy. We'll take over out here for a while. Tense Guy might be an ass, but he's not stupid. He turns around and leaves. Maeve's eyes linger on the counter until Louis goes back into the kitchen. Then she turns towards me. What the hell was that about? She says. Her phone vibrates again, and she makes a frustrated shout in her throat. God, bro, give it a rest. I don't care about the set design nearly as much as you think I do. She picks up her phone and angles it so that she can see the screen clearly, then pales. Oh no. What? I ask. She holds her phone towards me, amber eyes wide. Maeve Rojas, you're up next. Take back your choice. Should I reveal truth, or will you take a dare?